Have you ever heard that a single small daily habit could quietly erase the risk of most of the diseases people fear as they age? It almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But over the years, more and more evidence has shown that this idea isn't a fantasy. Ancient healing traditions, modern science, and thousands of real-life experiences now agree on one thing. Your health depends far more on your habits than your genes or your medicine cabinet. After the age of 60, most people are told what not to do. Don't overexert yourself. Don't skip your pills. Don't eat this or that. But what if, instead of warnings, you were given tools? What if there were small, ordinary things you could do each day that could restore memory, protect your heart, lower inflammation, clear your mind, and even brighten your mood? These changes don't require expensive treatments or exotic diets. They're made of 6 simple habits, so ordinary that most people overlook them. But practiced daily, they can awaken your body's natural healing power. Whether you're managing high blood pressure, struggling with fatigue, or simply wanting to feel like yourself again, these habits can become your turning point. The truth is, many people assume that losing energy and focus with age is inevitable. Yet much of what we call aging is actually our body's way of responding to years of neglect, dehydration, poor sleep, and stress. When you start nourishing it properly, even in small ways, it begins to bounce back in ways that feel almost miraculous. The first change is so simple it's almost laughable, but its effect on health is enormous. Every morning when you wake up, your body is dry. You've gone 6 to 8 hours without a sip of water, while your brain, heart, and joints have been hard at work through the night. That's why the very first thing you do after opening your eyes should be drinking a full glass of clean water. Not coffee, not juice, just water. It sounds ordinary, but this single act resets the body from the inside. Overnight, toxins and metabolic waste build up in the bloodstream and organs. When you rehydrate right away, your system can flush them out instead of allowing them to linger. Your digestion wakes up, your blood thins slightly so the heart doesn't strain, and your brain receives the oxygen it needs to think clearly. People underestimate what dehydration does. It makes the blood sluggish and the heart work harder. It thickens lymphatic fluid, slows digestion, and leaves you feeling foggy and irritable. Over time, it increases inflammation and raises the risk of kidney stones, urinary infections, and even certain cancers, particularly in the bladder and colon. Yet, when you start each morning with 1 or 2 glasses of water, you immediately change how your body functions. It's like turning on an engine with clean oil. For people over 60, it can even ease joint stiffness and improve morning mobility. You can make it more enjoyable. Add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt to help replenish electrolytes. But even plain water does the job. What matters most is doing it every single day. The body thrives on rhythm, and hydration is one of its simplest needs. It's not a cure-all, but it's a foundation that makes every other system run more efficiently. I once knew an older man named Harold who started doing this after his doctor mentioned he was on the edge of hypertension. He didn't overhaul his diet or join a gym. He simply began every morning with a tall glass of filtered water, waited a few minutes, then had his coffee. 3 months later, his blood pressure dropped, his focus improved, and his energy returned. He used to joke, "Turns out I wasn't old, I was just dried out." The point is, sometimes what feels like aging is just our body begging for basics. If you think this sounds too small to matter, consider this. Almost every cell in your body depends on water to carry nutrients, produce energy, and remove waste. So before you reach for a pill or another doctor's appointment, ask yourself, did I give my body what it needed first thing today? You might be surprised how powerful that simple act becomes when done with consistency. Once you've hydrated, there's another habit that transforms health far more than people expect. Walking, not running. Not pushing your body to exhaustion, just walking with purpose. A brisk daily walk. Even 20 or 30 minutes is one of the most effective forms of medicine we've ever discovered. Walking is more than movement. It's circulation in motion. It gets your blood flowing, your muscles active, your lungs expanding, and your brain oxygenated. It also helps control blood sugar, strengthens your heart, lubricates your joints, and balances hormones. Many people underestimate what regular walking can do for the brain. Studies have shown that seniors who walk daily have a larger hippocampus, the part of the brain that controls memory. It helps preserve recall and focus, the very things that start slipping as we age. When you walk, oxygen-rich blood flows to the brain, nourishing neurons and clearing out waste products that can accumulate when circulation is weak. There's another layer to this. Walking boosts emotional well-being. It lowers stress hormones, triggers endorphins, and gives a sense of momentum and purpose. When you walk outside, the sunlight helps regulate melatonin and vitamin D, which support better sleep and mood. Even walking indoors works if the weather doesn't cooperate. What matters is that it's intentional. A slow wander through the store doesn't count. You should feel your heart working gently, breathing a little deeper, swinging your arms with energy. There was a woman named Carol, 76, who began daily walks after her doctor told her she had high cholesterol. At first, she could only do 5 minutes around the block, but she stuck with it. Within a few months, her cholesterol improved, her mood lifted, and her memory sharpened. She even took up crossword puzzles again, something she had abandoned because of brain fog. Walking didn't just move her body, it reignited her spirit. For older adults, walking also represents something deeper: freedom. As we age, we often feel like life is narrowing. Energy, mobility, independence all seem to shrink. But walking daily gives a sense of control, a choice that says, I'm still in charge of how I move through the world. You don't need a treadmill or gym clothes. You only need your 2 feet and a bit of willpower. The payoff is massive. And after you've hydrated and moved your body, the next shift happens not through action, but stillness. This surprises people. But quiet breathing and mindful calm are among the most powerful medicines you can give yourself. The world praises busyness, yet healing often happens in pauses. Taking even 10 minutes a day to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let your mind settle changes your entire physiology. When you breathe deeply into your diaphragm, instead of shallow chest breaths, you trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and repair mode. It slows your heart rate, lowers blood pressure, reduces cortisol, and tells your body it's safe to heal. Chronic low-grade stress, which so many older adults carry without realizing, keeps the body stuck in fight-or-flight mode. That state slowly breaks down the immune system, fogs the mind, and accelerates disease. But deep breathing interrupts that loop. Even just a few slow cycles of inhaling for 4 counts, holding briefly, then exhaling for 4 or 6 counts sends a calming signal throughout your body. Over time, it reduces inflammation, supports digestion, and improves focus. It's not about perfection. You don't need to empty your mind. Just sitting quietly and noticing your breath works wonders. One man, Frank, 82, had high blood pressure that didn't respond well to medication. His granddaughter suggested he try deep breathing every morning for 10 minutes. Skeptical but willing, he gave it a shot. Within 2 months, his blood pressure improved, his irritability faded, and he even started reading again, something he hadn't done in years. It wasn't magic. It was his nervous system finally relaxing enough to let his body function as it should. This simple habit also affects something called the vagus nerve, a powerful link between your brain and internal organs. When stimulated by deep breathing, it helps regulate your heartbeat, digestion, and immune function. In other words, when you breathe better, your whole body works better. Sitting quietly is not doing nothing. It's one of the most productive things you can do for your health. It's like telling your cells, you're safe now. You can heal. The older you get, the more important that message becomes. Try it. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes and inhale slowly through your nose. Feel your abdomen rise. Exhale gently through your mouth, longer than your inhale. Notice the shift. The shoulders soften. The jaw unclenches. The mind feels lighter. Over days and weeks, that small daily ritual can sharpen your clarity, lift your mood, and steady your heart. It's remarkable how such simple practices, drinking water, walking, breathing deeply, can reverse years of sluggishness. They don't require big commitments or complex systems. They only ask for consistency and kindness toward your own body. You begin to realize that wellness was never lost. It was only waiting for you to return to it. And just when you think you've found your rhythm with calmness and breath, another small but powerful practice can take things even further. Something that might sound uncomfortable at first, but holds surprising power for renewal. That small but powerful practice is cold water exposure. It sounds intimidating, doesn't it? Most people imagine jumping into icy lakes or freezing showers, but it doesn't have to be that extreme. Just a brief exposure to cool water each day, even splashing your face and arms, can awaken your body's natural resilience in ways that go far beyond feeling refreshed. When cold water touches your skin, it triggers a mild, controlled stress response. Your blood vessels constrict and then reopen, which improves circulation throughout your body. Your heart rate steadies, and your nervous system releases a surge of norepinephrine, a natural chemical that sharpens focus, boosts mood, and reduces inflammation. In those few seconds of coolness, your body becomes alert, alive, and efficient. The reason this matters so much today is that our modern comfort has made us weaker in certain ways. Our ancestors were exposed to temperature changes every day. Cool mornings, hot afternoons, cold rivers, and breezes. Their bodies adapted, stayed flexible, and responded well to stress. But with heaters, air conditioning, and long hot showers, our internal systems rarely get that training anymore. Cold water brings it back. It reminds the body how to adapt, how to regulate itself again. This little shock, when done gently and regularly, strengthens blood vessels, supports lymphatic flow, and even boosts the immune system. People who practice short bursts of cold water exposure often notice fewer colds, more energy, and improved mental clarity. Studies also show reduced levels of inflammation, the silent factor behind arthritis, heart disease, and even certain cancers. For seniors, cold water exposure can also ease muscle soreness and stiffness. It increases circulation, which helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to the joints. And the mood-boosting effect is real. That rush of alertness often feels like a natural antidepressant. Now, no one expects you to leap into freezing water. Start small. Finish your regular warm shower with 15 seconds of cool water. Gradually increase it to 30 seconds or a minute. Or simply wash your face and hands with cool water in the morning and feel the difference in alertness. There's a woman named Gloria, 76, who struggled with stiff joints and mental fatigue. Her grandson told her about cold showers, and at first, she laughed. "That's for young people," she said. But one morning she decided to try it, just a short cool rinse after her warm shower. She gasped at first, but soon noticed her body felt strangely alive. Within 2 weeks, her morning stiffness lessened, her mind felt clearer, and her mood lifted. She described it as waking up not just my body, but my will to live. Cold water isn't punishment. It's training. It teaches the body to wake up again. It reintroduces a resilience that time and comfort have slowly taken away. Even a small splash can spark your energy, circulation, and focus for the day. It's not about toughness. It's about reminding your body that it can still adapt, still thrive, still come alive. After that refreshing reset, there's another practice closely tied to healing: deep breathing rituals. Now, you might think, didn't we already talk about breathing? We did, but this is a deeper look. Most people spend their entire lives breathing shallowly, without realizing it. They inhale through the chest, not the belly, which keeps them in a constant low-level stress mode. Deep, intentional breathing is the exact opposite. It signals the body to calm down, restore, and rebuild. Taking just 5 to 10 minutes a day to focus on slow, steady breaths can lower blood pressure, improve circulation, balance hormones, and help the brain function better. It can even reduce the risk of stroke and memory decline. It sounds unbelievable, but breathing this way changes how your nervous system and organs communicate. It's like tuning your body's internal rhythm back to harmony. A man named George, 81, had been having trouble remembering things. He'd forget names and numbers and often struggled to sleep. His daughter taught him a simple breathing technique known as 4-7-8. He would inhale for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 7, then exhale slowly for 8. At first, he thought it was nonsense, but within a week, he was sleeping better. After a month, he noticed his memory improving, and by 3 months, his doctor found his blood pressure had dropped without changing medication. The reason it works is pure biology. Deep breathing activates the vagus nerve, a vital connection between your brain and organs. When you breathe slowly, it massages your heart, digestive system, and liver, helping them function smoothly. It also oxygenates your blood, clears toxins, and strengthens your immune response. Essentially, deep breathing is like doing internal exercise, gentle, invisible, but profoundly effective. It also reawakens your connection with your own body. Many seniors describe feeling distant from themselves, as if their body no longer listens to them. But focusing on your breath, the rise and fall of your belly, the rhythm of air flowing in and out, helps restore that bond. It's a reminder that you are still here, still in charge, still capable of healing. You don't need a quiet room or special equipment. You can practice while sitting in your favorite chair before bed, or even while waiting for your tea to brew. Just make your exhale longer than your inhale. That's the secret. The long, slow exhale tells your body, you're safe now. You can relax. Over time, that message transforms everything. Many people find their anxiety fades, digestion improves, and even joint pain decreases. It's not magic. It's the body doing what it was designed to do once you give it the space. Deep breathing rebalances the nervous system, lowers inflammation, and improves blood flow to the brain. The result is calm energy, not the jittery kind that coffee gives, but a grounded, steady kind that helps you move through the day with focus and peace. And then there's one final rhythm your body depends on even more than breath, sleep. Not just how long you sleep, but when. A consistent sleep and wake schedule might sound ordinary, but it's one of the strongest protectors against disease and decline. Your body runs on a 24-hour clock called a circadian rhythm, which governs your energy, hormones, digestion, and immunity. When that rhythm stays stable, everything works better. But when it's thrown off, by staying up late, napping randomly, or waking at different times, your whole system suffers. Go to bed, and waking up at the same time every day restores that rhythm. It teaches your body when to rest and when to repair. During deep sleep, your brain's cleaning system clears out waste proteins linked to Alzheimer's and other memory problems. But that cleanup only happens in consistent, deep sleep. Frances, 78, struggled with restless nights and foggy mornings for years. She tried herbal teas, warm milk, even sleeping pills, but nothing lasted. Then her grandson suggested something simple: go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even if she didn't sleep well. Within 3 weeks, she began waking naturally before her alarm. Her energy returned, and even her arthritis flare-ups became less severe. Her body had found its rhythm again. When your sleep is consistent, your hormones align naturally. Melatonin helps you fall asleep. Cortisol helps you wake with energy, and your immune system works in sync with both. That stability reduces inflammation, strengthens your heart, and sharpens your mind. The key is commitment. Pick a bedtime that feels right. Aim for 7 to 8 hours, and protect that schedule like your health depends on it, because it truly does. Sleep is your body's nightly repair shop. Every time you honor that routine, you're allowing your brain and organs to clean, recharge, and heal. With time, this one simple rhythm can change how you feel when you wake, more rested, clear, and ready to meet the day. When you begin to practice these small habits, the light movement, clean eating, cold exposure, deep breathing, mindful rest, something remarkable starts to happen. Not overnight, not like a miracle, but quietly, steadily, from the inside out. Your energy starts returning. Your digestion becomes smoother. You find yourself standing taller, breathing easier, thinking more clearly. It's almost like your body is whispering, "Thank you, I remember this." Because the truth is, your body never forgets how to heal. It just needs the right signals. And that's the real secret behind healthy longevity. It's not about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. Too often, people over 70 are told to slow down, to take it easy, as if the best days are behind them. But slowing down doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing more intentionally where your energy goes. These habits don't exhaust you. They restore you. They don't push your body harder. They teach it how to work better. Let's go back to something essential: movement. When you move every day, even for just 10 or 15 minutes, Your muscles release chemicals called myokines. These tiny molecules travel through your bloodstream, reducing inflammation, improving insulin sensitivity, and even protecting your brain from memory loss. Think of them as little messages of renewal, your body's natural youth-preserving system. You don't have to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Just gentle stretching, light resistance bands, or slow walking with mindful posture. Even dancing in your living room counts. What matters is consistency. Every time you move, you're telling your body, I still need you. And your body responds. One 79-year-old man, Samuel, began doing chair squats every morning. The first day, he barely managed 2, but he kept at it 1 more each week. By the 3rd month, he could rise and sit 10 times without support. That small victory transformed his confidence. His doctor said his blood sugar and blood pressure both improved. He laughed and said, "Turns out, sitting down and standing up saved my life." That's how healing happens in older age, quietly, through repetition. Your body adapts to what you do most. If you sit all day, it learns to be still. If you move daily, it learns to stay alive. Now combine that movement with nutrition, not dieting, not restriction, but nourishment. Every bite you take is either feeding life or feeding decay. The older we get, the more our cells rely on minerals, fiber, and antioxidants to fight the wear and tear time. Colorful vegetables, leafy greens, olive oil, fish, nuts, lentils. These are not fancy superfoods. They're ancient foods, the kind our ancestors thrived on without even knowing the science. When you eat naturally, your gut flora, the trillions of good bacteria in your intestines, begin to balance again. That alone affects everything from immunity to mood. Your gut and brain are connected by nerves and hormones. A healthy gut can lift depression, improve sleep, and keep your memory sharp. So instead of thinking, I can't eat what I used to, try thinking, now I eat for the life I want to keep. You're not giving up pleasure. You're choosing vitality. And that choice shows up in your skin, your eyes, your walk, and even your thoughts. And speaking of thoughts, there's a hidden habit that ties all the others together. How you speak to yourself. You could be doing everything right, walking, eating well, sleeping. But if you constantly tell yourself, I'm too old for this, or it's too late for me, your body listens. Words create chemistry. Negative self-talk raises cortisol and stress hormones, which in turn damage the immune system and weaken the heart. But when you replace that with gentle encouragement, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still capable, your brain releases serotonin and dopamine. These are the same chemicals that lift mood, sharpen focus, and even repair neural connections. In other words, belief becomes biology.